I know it's been quite a while, and I'm sorry. There's a lot been going on. And it's good because it gave me an opportunity to really take a look at what's been happening in the industry and things that I've noticed, and to try to summarize in many ways what it is that has been at the core of a lot of what I've been doing and a lot of what I've been writing. Those of you that have been following my blog forever might recognize that I used to do, or many of my blog entries would come right after an exercise. So I figured, why not actually do the video directly from the gym where I've been doing the exercise. So here I am in the gym. I want to talk to you about some things that I've been working out, pun intended, sorry, with CMMI and some of the challenges that many organizations have had with CMMI. As I noted in the title of today's entry, the cart before the horse, I've talked a lot about organizations that are just not ready for CMMI for lots of different reasons, or CMMI is not right for them. And I talk about various aspects of what it means to not be ready for CMMI or to do CMMI wrong. And a lot of times I feel like there's really something at the core. And these past few months have helped me to really crystallize what it is that is at the core of what's missing. And that summary is that many organizations are using CMMI before they're ready, because in fundamental ways, CMMI itself is the cart before the horse. That they're using CMMI at a point when they're not ready for it because they need to put something else ahead of CMMI. Something else, it must be in place that they're not having the benefit of CMMI because they're trying to put CMMI ahead of the horse. So what's the horse? What's got to be there first? And I want to summarize a couple of points in this video that you'll read more about in the blog entry. First of all, capacity not meeting demand. Now, the economy in a lot of places is awful. And for businesses in bad economies to have the problem where they can't meet demand, that's a good thing. Having this problem is not a terrible thing to have. That you have more demand than you can meet is not a bad problem to have at all in any economy. The challenge, however, is that even if it's a good thing to have, it's not so good when it comes to happy clients, happy customers, or happy accounts receivables. Because you definitely need to produce in order for your customers to pay. And for them to be happy, you need to produce what they want when they want it. And so this is not a good problem to have when you're worried about the fact that perhaps you have too many defects or something else is keeping you from meeting demand. And really, if you don't understand capacity, and what it is, or capability, and what it is that your operation is doing that drives this capability or capacity number, you're quite not ready for CMMI. There's another equation I want to talk about, and it's this build, capitalize, equals sustain. Build times capitalize equals sustain. And in this equation, when we understand that, I've said many times, CMMI is intended to improve your operation, not to define how your operation works. In that respect, CMMI is most definitely in the sustain part of this equation. It's to help you sustain and improve sustainment, which underlies an assumption that you've built something that works as far as your operation goes, and you're able to capitalize on what you've built so that you can then build times sustain times capitalize equals sustain. Now, if you're having trouble with this equation, then by definition, you're having trouble sustaining what you've built in the way that you're capitalizing it. Whatever the reasons are, and several are listed in the blog entry text, this equation isn't working anymore. Because if this equation was working, this would probably not be a problem. So in the blog entry, I want to talk about what it means to properly build, capitalize, and sustain, the fundamentals of this, because the fundamentals of that are in the fundamentals of understanding what is your capability, what is your capacity. Because until you can understand what your capability and capacity are, you don't really know what's going on in the operation. And that probably means we have to go back to here and figure out how to rebuild how things happen. And to include CMMI in how you're rebuilding them so that later, When this equation is working, we can apply CMMI where its greatest benefit is, as improvement in this sustaining piece, which is what we all want in every economy. Hopefully you find the information that I've learned over the last few months very useful, because I certainly have. I continue to find it useful. Hope to hear from you soon, and good luck.